going to happen in the future?
Who knows?
Tomorrow knows.
We're going to do a variety show about the future to look at that question. We're going to try to see how we've looked at the future in the past, artists and science fiction writers, how scientists have looked at it, and how they're looking at it today and tomorrow.
The future. Some say it's a future fair. A fair for all and no fair to anyone. What will happen as we edge toward tomorrow? What will happen as we edge toward tomorrow? What will it be? That land. What will it be? Of the unknown. What will it be? What will it be?
We visited the Los Angeles Green Festival a while back, held at the beautiful, futuristic-looking LA Convention Center. We heard a lot of inspiring ideas on how we should be preparing for the future. 9-year-old Ethan was an eloquent spokesman for his generation.
I worry about whether the water that comes out of my tap is safe to drink. I worry about what toxins are in the air I breathe and what chemicals are in the food I eat. I worry that our planet is getting hotter, that animals are going extinct, and that many people do not have any food to eat or clean water to drink. Sure, almost everyone will say they care about protecting our environment, but like my mother always tells me, actions speak louder than words.
Come on now, boys and girls, buck up and face this mess. You have the technology to make it through this challenge. Use it or lose everything.
You have to learn to respect and cooperate with each other. Your existence depends on working together toward a common goal.
Hey there! I'm Nature Guy, and I will be surprised if you guys make it and very happy, but I don't want to be sad.
The fact is, with so many clean energy options available today, it's clear, even to a 9-year-old like me, that it's no longer a question of how to save our planet, rather, why aren't we?
The future is hard to predict, but perhaps the best tool to help us see tomorrow's challenges may be science fiction. Books and movies and songs that talk about tomorrow. Sci-fi dreamers may provide us with a blueprint to save this miraculous lump of star stuff we call planet Earth.
Unlimited.
Science fiction is the exploration of new ideas in fiction form, and it's often the most inspiring about public policy and what might happen to us in the future, because it considers all those issues and pushes the envelope of what we think is possible, what we can imagine as how we are going to evolve. And just envisioning it helps it foster it. Enough people who respond to that, it changes the culture and actually makes it happen, as we've seen in so much science fiction. The synchronicity of the culture discovering it mentally and also pragmatically at almost the same time. It's become prophetic to read science fiction and then see however long down the pike it actually happens, or which came first. Where did the thought begin in the culture? And usually it's with the fiction, fantasy line of literature, part of literature.
You know, science fiction has actually predicted quite a few of the things that are currently in our society. For instance, the flip phone, Star Trek, satellite communications going around the sky, 23,000 miles up in the sky. Came from a science fiction guy named Arthur C. Clarke back in the eons of the middle 20th century.
Back to the future again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Up where everyone is your friend. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where you can pee into the stream, 'cause that's important. If you know what I mean. Back to the future again.
Back at the LA Green Festival, we heard more young people talking about their ideas for a better future. One little girl who made an art project from recycled trash, and one young man with a lot of ideas about alternative energy.
I'm Chanel, and my project is Save Our Sea Life. I really love animals, and I have a tattoo that has a bunny on it, and I really love sea animals and animals, all kinds of, even though they hurt us, but
Now, I believe that these solar technologies and others that are being invented right now are the solution to our energy crisis. My dream for the future is that with the help of motor companies like Ford and Honda, switching from gasoline to solar power, and closing down the hazardous nuclear power plants and refineries, the world will be able to have clean, eco-friendly means of transportation and electricity, letting our world be beautiful and safe for our human and animal inhabitants. Thank you.
We also spoke to a community leader who hosts camps for young people to get back in touch with nature.
My name is Reverend Dr. Leon Campbell. I'm the Youth and Family Director at the Agape International Spiritual Center, and we serve perhaps close to about 1,000 youth per month. And one of the programs that's a hallmark of our program is called Minds on Mother Earth, where we give the children an opportunity to take a look at the sacredness of the earth, our oneness, our basic oneness, that what we do to ourselves, we do to each other, and what we do to the earth, we also do to ourselves. So the basic hallmark is oneness.
I'm a tiger, and I am the natural world wanting there to be salvation, please.
The other hallmark that we like to remind ourselves is how the indigenous cultures took care of the planet. There was a spiritual base, and it's not religious, but it was a spiritual base honoring the sacredness of the earth. In other words, there was always Thanksgiving. Every harvest, everything that they did around nature and the earth was Thanksgiving and praise. And so prayer is the foundation of it. And also, the other thing is action, community action. And so we go out and plant trees, we go out and we conduct an e-camp. And that e-camp helps us, it's what we call high touch, low tech. So there's no cell phones, no laptops, none of that. We get in touch with our basic humanness and the heart. And so we spend that whole week in nature talking about how we can reduce our carbon footprint, how we can be more active and loving and taking care of Mother Earth.
Listen to music. Notice your space, the life around it, all the little bugs and flowers, and greenery breathing out life.
Our first interview was with a Hollywood Hills resident who works in the entertainment industry.
We asked him, what's going to be happening to us in the years to come? Huh? Tell us. Yeah.
I think our future, we're on the verge of like the end of society. Like there's going to be a virus that mutates and kills everybody, or a government that goes crazy and does a nuclear bomb, or fucking third largest city in India doesn't have any water right now. Like 20 million people don't have enough to drink during the day. So like I think we are at the verge of like everything collapsing, everybody dies and then something rebuilds from that.
It's the future. It's the future. The future. We're all radioactive. We're all going to have a lot of fun with the radioactive ones.
I can see a lot of the points he made. I feel that way a lot myself, but I feel for my sanity, I have to try to rise above it and try anyway.
You gotta have hope. You gotta have heart. You gotta feel like there's gonna be a better tomorrow, and try to work toward that goal.
Like I'm in the 0.0001%. Like I have a really, really great life. It's not sustainable for me to have as many resources as I do, and then for all these other people not to. Like it's just over time that won't last.
I'm kind of losing faith in people, like kind of society, the government. Like I'm not like conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but like there's a lot of not good stuff going on, and like they're more from. I wish it wasn't so much about money. That's a big problem for me. Is I feel like very soon we're gonna have another really bad Great Depression kind of concept, and it's gonna hurt a lot of people, and this especially, and just pretty much everything. So we'll have to see how that goes. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope the economy booms up suddenly and everything goes good and then everything's fine. Yeah, right here. But it's not looking that way, so I just hope some kind of miracle happens soon that everybody's okay. All right.
I'm going to make it.
I don't know about you, but I'm nervous. I'm very nervous.
Me too.
What will tomorrow bring? Tomorrow knows.
I'm sincerely worried.
Okay. We attended a Comic-Con convention a while back and talked to a few sci-fi fans who are especially inspired by Star Trek's view of the future.
Change about the future. Definitely a lot about the environment. In Star Trek canon, there's World War III, and we basically cause nuclear winter on the Earth, and only shortly after do we invent space travel and meet the Vulcans. And so I think we could avoid that if possible. Be just safe with our nuclear weapons, respect our environment, give ourselves a real starting field to build off of, and become the idyllic utopian Earth that Star Trek envisions.
Circular motion. What got me into Star Trek is the fact that it shows hope for the future, is that we can get past our petty jealousies and emotions and basically work together for a common good and to be honorable. And I think a lot of those qualities, if we had them today, there wouldn't be all these wars that we're having. There wouldn't be so many prejudice and people feeling ostracized. Everyone will feel equal, and that's what makes the series and the show attractive.
Roddenberry's original idea was pretty great.
What about it?
Well, essentially the utopian future, where people are judged by the actions that they do, and pretty much everyone finds something that they love to do, and they're enabled to do it, and they're educated to do it, and there's really kind of no money in the future, and you do things for the reward of doing things.
The future's unfolding all around us, moment to moment, and it's ours for the making.
Who knows what will become of us, and of the other animals and plants, and even the air that we breathe? Should we be hopeful or pessimistic? These are some of the urgent questions for today, ones that we plan on continuing to explore on this program.
And what are the answers?
Tomorrow knows.
yourselves this same question and ask your representatives too. Do we want to be known as the world leaders in natural gas exports, or do we want to be known as the country that helped save the world?